Hello, hello, hello. This is episode 93 of the Mental Threads podcast. I have a special guest if he'd like to introduce himself.
What's happening is long live over everything, the one and only Wolf. What's going on?
Yes, long live Wolf in perspective. But yeah, man, I met Wolf at Reds 28. That what they call Reds 28 or Reds at 28?
Red's at 28.
Yeah. Originally, I was trying to set up an interview with him over there and everything, but there was some scheduling problems. I know you're coming a little bit late and whatnot.
Yeah. So what happened was we had actually an event there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Superman, a poet named Superman. Shout out to KO. You know they have these events every Wednesday at Reds at 28. Great event, great opportunity for artists like myself or poets, singers, songwriters just to come and express themselves. You know they have an artist expression, and man, it's a blessing. It's a beautiful thing here in Charlotte.
No, most definitely, man. It's good for networking too, man. While I was over there, I'm like, damn, where is this dude at? I'm just like, okay, well, it is what it is. I had another interview set up that day, and I had to hold off for him. Gladly, that dude was cool enough to actually set up for tomorrow, actually, because I had to stay off social media for like a month to get some stuff situated and stuff of that nature. But it was just like, you actually introduced me to all sorts of people. So it's like, now I got another place where I can seek out more interviews too to hit my 150 mark and everything. Like, you're 93 right now. So now it's like, it's not even like, how far? That's like 57 now. So it's like it's becoming more and more realistic the more consistent. So it's like, I really do appreciate it. Like, that's like the biggest positive. I feel like that made up for it like tenfold to others. I thank you for that.
Word, yeah, man, it's no problem. I just feel like that's what we're supposed to do at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? The shit don't start. I mean, it don't end with us. You know what I'm saying? It start with us, but we got to continue to push the culture forward. So being able to just bring people in and see like, what people are really doing, especially here, like in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's so much greatness here. Platforms are being made every day. Shout out to all the curators. Shout out to all the sponsors out here. I'm just making waves for, again, artists like myself to come together, again, network, and just express ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, seriously. And it's like being in Charlotte at this time, like really at this time, really, it's kind of more like how, like, being in like California into the transition when they became like when the whole like G-Funk era and everything started rolling in and before Death Row and all, what I'm saying? I feel like we're in that precursor era. Like we're leading into that era because there's a whole lot of different artists of different size, shapes, and backgrounds too that are actually coming into themselves. And it's like, with the baby really like leading everything and kind of pushing forward his agenda, really bringing more of a spotlight to us. I feel like it gives us more opportunities and stuff of that nature. From my understanding, you pretty much was born and raised in Charlotte, or you just kind of moved into Charlotte?
So, born and raised actually in Cleveland, Ohio. I just moved out here about 2.5, 3 years ago. I came down first doing concerts. There were festivals. Shout out to Social Currency. They were throwing these out the mud concerts, and it was just opportunities. I had family out here that was telling me like, man, you got to come out here because this was right around the pandemic and everything was happening. You got to come out here. I just finished up doing a big show in Cleveland. It was the House of Blues opening up for Ja Rule. Did that, went to New York. I was supposed to go to Chicago right after, like 2 weeks after that, but the pandemic happened. And so it was just that time period of just deadness, you know what I'm saying? I was just really creating. I got sick. I got the pandemic. I mean, I caught COVID. And after coming out of COVID, it was like right in time for the Out the Muds. Came down here, did the first one, knocked it out. People was like, yo, you different. You come with a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? Coming from, a different place. I brought a different experience. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I'm saying? Then, shortly and behold, came back down for number two. Number two was in Salisbury. Knocked that out. And then, say, you know what? I'm building something out here. Might as well relocate and, you know what I'm saying, and do it out here. Because, like, really, again, families out here. So they was just like, man, it was just like, take the chance, take that opportunity. Charlotte just, they embraced me, you know what I mean? Embraced me as one of their own. It's been nothing but love. And, just again, being down here, networking, meeting different people, different creatives, whether they're into the entertainment side or if they're chefs, fashion designers, you know what I'm saying, builders by trade, whatever it is, it's been an experience, been a blessing.
Yeah, no, that's really, really good. Like, we're like the underdog city right now because it's just like, I don't want to say everybody's sleeping on us, but it's just like, I don't feel like people really realize we're kind of like in the middle to the extent. Like, we have your hood right here, you got your little bougie right here, but it's like there's still that identity of just like we still kind of really got to find ourselves. We still have to get a major championship, whether if it's like NBA Finals championship or NFL championship and everything. Like, we're still trying to like kind of wing into with that. Like, yeah, sure, we got what I think the Hurricanes got a championship once, but it's just like, you know, like I fuck with, like, I don't fuck with hockey like that. I'm not too familiar with hockey, like really, like, no, really feel too much about it. I like the jerseys though. I fuck with the jerseys. I might get a jersey, but it's like, yeah, it's like we're still like kind of finding our own to this end. I feel like we might have more space, not in a sense to compete against Atlanta, but in a sense that we might become like a major city, like on par with, like, you know, major cities in Florida and stuff of that nature, and like, you know, but in our own lane to the extent. So it's like that's what I really like about Charlotte. You know, even though I grew up here, so it's just like, you know, you kind of get tired of some things here and there, but it's like I can see why people would be like attracted to Charlotte to that degree and stuff of that nature. I know you mentioned that you came from like Jamaican descent. Like, could you like explain like what your culture kind of affect like your like music and your content or just your life in general?
For sure. Yeah. So coming from a Jamaican descent, growing up in like really like a mixed household. You know what I mean? It's really it was really interesting because growing up, I really didn't even get into American music at first. I really listened to was reggae and
Dancehall.
not just dancehall though, because like you had like a lot of artists who came and was really just making like reggae music. You know what I'm saying? Like Capleton, Sizzla, you know what I'm saying? Like these guys weren't really like the dance hall, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they had records like that, but they were really on the more of the righteous side, you know what I'm saying? The Haile Selassie side, like, you feel me? Like that was they music. But I've learned that over time that, you know, hip hop really comes from, it comes from there, you know what I mean? The cool thing about American hip hop, we reflect on that. You know, when we look at our legends that when we consider our legends, American hip hop legends, they have some type of descent from the islands, the Caribbeans, or from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Mom is straight from the Caribbeans. Dad is straight from Africa, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Like MF Doom being like the descendant of Zimbabwean, and like Biggie Smalls being like Jamaican descent, and it just goes on from there.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So the original ways of being an MC that came from being a DJ, and what we consider a DJ is a lot different from now from what they would consider a DJ. The DJ over there is the MC. You know what I'm saying? It's the person, he played the record, but he also is the person that's over on the microphone, MCing the crowd, getting the crowd hype, getting the crowd to dance, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when we look at like people like Barrington Levy, like, you know what I'm saying? These guys are Sister Nancy. Like, these people are people who are pioneers of not even just the Caribbean music, but, you know, they come over here and they rocking out stadiums because Caribbean music didn't travel from just the islands, not just the islands, but over to America. You know what I'm saying? And it's the biggest influence, I feel like, in our culture today. Even with the whole rap singing, like rap singing really comes from there. There's, you know what I'm saying? People don't just get on the mic and just this, woo, woo, woo. No, it's really like a melodious rhythm that's in the music that has traveled over here, and now it's like we're here.
Yeah, and it's like one of the major platforms, and I feel like a lot of that connects with like the American culture as a whole, with like Black Americans and like African descent, like creating like country music and the blues and everything. We just, all our pain, all our struggles, we kind of just transcend that into the music, and it takes its own form and entity. And I feel like, you know, the energy cannot be destroyed, so it just kind of manifests itself in different forms and everything. You know, it's just like, it's like a magical thing at the same time, but it's like, it's like, it's typical for us to just kind of like create things that can be so timeless and everything for so many generations, and it takes so many forms from decade to decade. Like hip hop always changes. What people are into now won't be like the same people was into back in the 90s. What people are into now won't be the same as it will be like in 40 years from now. But the thing is, it always changes, it always evolves, and it always carries an identity of its own. And that's what I really like about hip hop. Country music will always be country music, blues will always be blues, jazz will be jazz, but hip hop will take elements from everything and change it into something of its own. And that's what I really like about hip hop and everything. Could you explain like what really what had you grow into like taking interest in hip hop and expressing your art in that fashion?
Yeah, so I mean, like, for real, like I said, like I grew up really on reggae music, and then my mom, she's born in the States, so she really got me hip to R&B. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you know what I mean? I'll never forget it. She had like this, it was this gold hatchback Toyota. And I remember seeing the cassettes. Like we had the cassette shit, you know what I mean? And she used to carry like these just like two large ass cassette things that you just pop it out, press the button, pop it out, put a new one in. You know what I'm saying? And I used to like when she would like leave me in the car, I would literally just go start playing around, listening, and just trying different things. Like then it got to becoming like a familiarization with a name. Like, oh, this is Michael. Oh, this is Thriller. Oh, I'm about to play this. Oh, this is Whitney Houston. Oh, I'm about to play this. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this Boys is the Boys to Men. Oh, I'm about to play this. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. And then I feel like that's the origins of my music, like where I really came from of loving music. I got into hip hop when I would say when I started writing poetry. You know, I really didn't have no outlets as a kid to express myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm an only child, so and I seen a lot as a kid. I went through a lot as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I seen my parents fight, divorce, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So, seeing that, not really didn't going through a low key like identity crisis. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, I use writing as an outlet. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, I just, you don't. That's all you know. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say like, see, and that's why I like shit now, man, because there's a lot of outlets now for kids, especially because kids go through so much and we don't think it. But that was my outlet, and that's my goal, and just with this music, just to teach kids like, yo, you can write, and you can use music as a leverage to express yourself, and you don't have to be, you don't have to.
Like keep all the anger and all the hate and all the stuff.
Exactly.
Good way to release. Yeah,
exactly. It's okay. It's okay to cry.
Yeah.
It's okay to cry. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to feel pain. That lets you know that you're still alive.
Yeah. And it's okay to be vulnerable to let those emotions out too, man. Yeah, I resonate with a lot of the stuff you saying too, man, because what led me to hip hop was more or less the same thing. But I actually got like siblings though, but it's like I went through my own struggle and everything in middle school. I went to a predominantly white middle school, so it's just like Valentine Plantation. So you already know it's always gonna be a struggle, man, and everything, competing with like these kids and everything of that nature. But that was my only outlet to really escape and stuff of that nature. It could really be like a way of therapy too, like through all that struggle and everything. As a black man, it's like I feel like we're all trapped in our own way, and so like when we like our means of escape is through our art or through other means that matters and everything. So it's like some people might go into graffiti, some people might go into like breakdancing, and some people might go into poetry and later on transcend to actually getting into music down the line too. And now it's like at this point, like where I'm at as like an artist myself and everything, it's like it's always an urge like, dang, I need to get to this point so I can get back in the studio. I need to drop this many songs by this time. I need to do this. Like there's always gonna be an urge, no matter how much you want to give up, no matter how much you want to just say like maybe I'm too old for this. There's always an urge to get back, and that's how you might end up being like successful for the thing, because there's always an urge, an itch, and everything to really express yourself. Like man, I can turn that to a song. Like you listen to a beat, like dang, I actually know a good hook for this song, and everything. So it's just like I resonate with that like a lot and everything. So it's just like explain how life was for you like back in like Cleveland, Ohio, in comparison to like how life was in Charlotte for you.
Um, well, like I said, like I'm originally from there. I'm born and raised there, so I've seen the good and the bad. You know what I mean? Cleveland is just a place that it's a great place to find yourself, or I say get yourself started. You know what I mean? Cleveland is a place that, yeah, shit. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's just not. Nothing is ever given to nobody there. When we look at, even when we incorporate the sports in it, like we just won the championship, like in 2016 for basketball. Like nothing is ever given. You know what I'm saying? Browns got some of the most loyalist fans, and they worldwide. You get what I'm saying? Like we ain't never won, but we loyal. We believe. We are some of the most grounded people. You know what I'm saying? We stay true to the hustle, and I feel like that's where when I came down here, I brought that. I got flyers, I got stickers where you'll see them around Charlotte. Like there's a sticker. Oh, there's a flyer. I'm at events passing out flyers. I'm in events with stickers. I'm telling people like, yo, this is what I do. This is who I am. I'm rapping to people on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually like, yo, you like hip hop? Here, check this flyer out. Oh, this you? Oh, okay, bet. Well, what you sound like? Bet. I give them a quick 12. You know what I'm saying? People fucking with it. They follow. Cool. It's just Cleveland's a place that you gonna get it out the mud, regardless. Regardless, you feel me? It's going to birth a beast in you. It's like one of them things like you're gonna turn into a beast or get eaten. You know what I'm saying? Hence the wolf.
Yeah, okay, I see.
You know what I'm saying? So now coming here, like I said, I've got that instilled in me. So now I move with conviction, and I move like I got something to prove because I do. And that helps me. That helps me. I feel like strive. You know what I'm saying? Where again, like I'm going around. I embody. You know what I'm saying? Because I can be who I need to be. I feel like North Carolina, not just Charlotte, but North Carolina, because I be in Charlotte, I be in Kannapolis, Greensboro, like I be everywhere, bro, for real. Shit, I even be in South Carolina. You feel me? Like wherever I go, like I embody the wolf. I take over, but I do it in a way where it's like, yo, like, if I can do it, you can do it too, type of way.
Okay, yeah, man, yeah, that's a good piece of symbolism with the wolf situation. It's great that you were able to like explain that and everything without me having to go into detail and everything. I had to ask everything, so it's just like that's good because you have a good self reflection within yourself, and you know exactly like what you want or how you want to, transcend your art and stuff of that nature. I feel like people can really resonate with that. The best part, like being like an MC, is like when you connect with others and everything. That's really gonna carry you far and everything. I know you're already getting pretty far. You already seem to be going from city to city and everything so far and everything. So it's like, I know with this whole rap thing, where exactly do you see yourself like in 5 years from now and everything in general?
Just the best version of me, honestly, and by what that really looks like is, whether it's we lined up sync deals or, lined up deals, distribution deals. I got a movement. I got Rebel Nation World. So the whole goal with Rebel Nation World is really just to get that, you know what I'm saying, let that become an independent label where, myself and other artists and producers and videographers, PR, like this is a place where, if you're fresh out of college or this has been something that you wanted to do, you can always intern. We're giving up. The whole goal is to give a platform for artists. You know what I'm saying? Have our own festival where we bring not only just people from local North Carolina or wherever we're at, Texas, Ohio. We can bring in. We can bring in big artists, but we can give opportunities for independent artists who, like myself, have always been looking for these opportunities. Now there's an opportunity to get on stage. You're about to go right on before Lil Baby.
Okay. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're about to get going right before Money Bad. You're about to go right on before right before Ari Lennox, where now you got 20,000 people watching you.
Yeah. and then they're vibing with you
Come
like,
on.
this guy sounds pretty cool and everything. Yeah. I know like social currency is kind of giving you that same opportunity, right?
Social currency is cool, man. I don't really know too much about them. I'm not signed to them. They have gave those great opportunities, where, like I said, like they've had festivals, they've had platforms where artists can come perform and showcase their talent to a wider, broader spectrum of people.
Oh, okay, cool. Cause I know I follow this one girl named Tianis Rose. I think, have you heard her and everything? From time to time, we'd be like commenting back and forth and everything like that. It's crazy how like when you see people on social media, you basically grow up amongst each other. It's like now she got a kid now, which is crazy. I'm trying to get. You're listening to the whole fucking "What a Time to Be Alive" tape. Yeah, dude, I'll be jogging to that shit too.
Yeah,
dude. That's the thing. In 2015, when they dropped that shit, I feel like if they would have played that at the halftime show for the Panthers, I feel like we would have won. That would have motivated us. We weren't motivated and everything. But it's like, yeah, but beyond like, what are some notable Charlotte artists? Hold up, who's calling? Oh, I know what calling me. That's just an alarm. Yeah, but amongst notable artists in Charlotte that you've seen so far, or you want to just shout out and everything, like who do you like know that is just off the top of your head that just is really on the grind, like in Charlotte?
First I gotta shout out Mary Mac. The Mac sauce. You feel me? Like she's one of them ones that, to me, she's gave me a lot of insight on how to really just move as a better artist. And I really commend her for her grind, her energy. You know what I'm saying? She's got the formula. She's make dope music. So much love to Mary Mac. Also, I would say Jules. Jules been doing her one too. I say Hot Boy Shaq, Zay the Goat.
He went to my school, NCCU. Yeah, he made the NCCU anthem. He's cool dude.
Oh yeah, for sure. She from the Foe. Shoot, man, it's a lot. Zach North. I love Zach North's look. So I think that's pretty dope. I think it's just different. You know what I mean?
That's the mask and everything. I just saw a video like him on YouTube and everything. I literally hit him up as soon on Instagram. Like, dude, I need to get you on the podcast and everything. Yeah, dude's mad intelligent too and everything. Like, he's a pretty cool dude. Yeah.
Carolina Breezy, you know what I'm saying? Really dope dude, dope individual, great music. Honestly, man, it's a lot of Charlotte artists, and I was just, before coming on here, man, I was listening to Lute.
Oh, Lute.
Yeah, I mess with Lute a lot, man, for real, Charlotte's got so much talent. Honestly, like you really, whatever vibe you want.
Yeah, it's here.
It's here, whether you want some smooth, like if you say, hey, I wanted some hype, I got here. Check this artist out.
Shit, you got some soul shit here. You got some,
Yeah, everything here, like everything. And so I think that's the sweetest thing. Just for Charlotte alone, Charlotte has a great melting pot of talent and sound. When you go to other cities, like I said, I just had a show in Greensboro.
Mm-hmm.
Greensboro was so dope because like they had their own type of way, their own sound, and again, man, it's you get what you get. You can get it all out here. You can get it all.
And J. Cole proves it really. Like J. Cole was out of Fayetteville, and no one even knew what Fayetteville was. Like I grew up in Charlotte until really he started shouting it out. So like you can make it out of Fayetteville to like Rock Nation to like having your own Dreamville Fest. Have you been to Dreamville Fest?
Not yet. I plan on going, but I plan on performing.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely that's definitely in my. I be trying to script and manifest a lot of that stuff for real, and everything. If it's not next year, definitely the year afterward or somewhere. I have to perform at Dreamville Fest one day, man. Like seriously, that's definitely. It is a really cool vibe too, man. Like, see, I think I have some pictures. Like literally, I was in a group chat and everything. And it's like several people, and we met up there. It was like 40, 50 deep and everything. We all took a group picture, bro, and everything. I need to print that stuff. I'll put it in a photo album for real, man, and everything. But beyond like Dreamville Fest, I know you've been to a couple of music festivals before, right?
Honestly, nah, man. Like I haven't really gotten out to a lot of like the festivals. Like I would love to go to MIA. I love to go to. I haven't even been to Rolling Out yet.
Yeah, that's okay if you haven't been on. Me neither, man. It's just like it's so expensive, bro. It's like.
Well, my goal is like I don't really honestly tell you the truth. I just don't want to get spoiled. Like I don't want to go there.
just waste money. You could have been performing there.
Nah, yeah, not even just waste money, but just go there and just be like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, my first time really of going is I want to be on stage.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been to Miami. I've been to Texas. Like, I've done South by Southwest. Now, when I was at South by Southwest and I had performed there, I had went to the Rolling Loud stage at South by Southwest, and that was dope. Because I seen a lot of the upcoming artists that I've heard about. You know, that I probably had one or two songs on my playlist. Hearing them, seeing them in live, like, okay, they're legit. You know what I mean?
They're on their way, man.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one thing that every time I go to Dreamville Fest and everything, although I went to one in 2019, I also went to the one because I had COVID. I went to one in 2022 of this year and everything. Like, literally, it really gets me inspired. Like, wow, like it's really like it's possible. You know what I'm saying? They're really like flesh and blood people. They're not just like pictures on a screen or nothing. Like, these are legit people and everything performing what they got to perform. And J. Cole was able to do that in his like lifetime, to do like a whole festival based on his like brand and everything. You know, like J. Cole's the go for actually like in all aspects. I know people think like, oh, he's third place. He is not third place to me, bro. If anything, he's first place to me because he was able to do like his brand, his own record label, his own like, you know, artists amongst them too, and his own festival and stuff of that nature. And it's not just him; it's everybody. You know,
who said it was third place?
He thinks he's third place. Like, he think like, but he brought the bronze medal. It's like, come on, Cole. Like, really? Nah. Like, they might be more popular, like Drake or whatever, maybe like, but that's more like pop stuff. And like Kendrick, like, because it's just like it's Kendrick. But it's like Cole is like that. He's number one to me, because he hits it on all platforms and everything.
So I say, I mean, the biggest thing, right, as an artist, what I've learned is it don't matter. Like Drake said it cool. He said it smooth, like on an award show. He like, it's cool to be up here and get an award for what you do, but if you're performing, if you're selling out shows, if you have people hitting you up saying I love your music, I can relate to your music, you know, your music saved me. That alone is just that shit bigger than just that shit bigger than the award. Honestly, like, it's times I listen to Cole and I ain't gonna crap. Like, I motherfucking dropped a little tear or something just because the shit he talking, I could just relate to it at that time period. You know what I mean? So, you know, and this go out to all the artists out there. Like, don't ever feel like just because you may not be, I guess, talked about, or you may not be at an award show and win or whatever the fuck it is. Don't feel like, oh, people ain't fucking with me, or people ain't, because you got people out here that's listening to your shit. As long as you got somebody playing your shit, you look at your analytics and somebody playing your shit on Spotify, playing your shit on Apple, and you see that okay, maybe 2 people playing my shit every day. Somebody, one of them 2 people or 2 of them 2 peoples is, they fuck with your shit. They fuck with your shit for a reason. Whether it gets them turned, get them lit before a party, it's what they listen to get ready, when they studying, when they in their downtime, when they chilling. Like, it's okay. Like, because I think everybody got this idea of wanting to be, oh, I gotta be number one. They gotta play me when they gotta play me when they at the club. But you talking about going to school and you just lost your mom, and you know you ain't really talking about like your beats is not no trap. You ain't got no heavy 808s. Like, it's okay to be a person that somebody likes to hear when they going through some shit, when they going through a breakup, or when they going through a loss, or when they, you know what I'm saying, when they confused in life. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
And it's good to be three-dimensional too, and be more versatile. Also, you can be on some trap shit one day and be on some like vulnerable shit another day. You know, Drake is like the king of that, because Duke is like harmonize one song and then talk about heartbreak another song, and then talk about like just how corny like they was dissing with him another song on the trap beat and stuff of that nature. So it's just like, you know, it's possible, stuff of that. That's how I see it and everything. That's one thing. It's like I want the shoot to be versatile. I don't want to be in just one lane. Doing like a certain thing a certain way, and I feel like that's gonna bring you a lot more. Like, even Russ did that same thing. What's your opinions on Russ?
I know about Russ. I'm not really too familiar really with like his music. I know that the dude did like the independent route. I think that's dope. I think that there's a new cat I've been getting hip to. I follow him on Instagram. I think he's really fucking dope. I actually just downloaded his tape. a shout out to La Russell, from was Navarro, California. This dude is dope. Like, he's independent, and he's like been doing, like, he called them the backyard parties, and like he I've literally watched him go from like having like 10 people to like, he just did a show over this past weekend with 250 people, and it's legit his backyard. Like, it's legit his backyard.
That's cool.
And you can see it just growing and growing and growing. It's people, man, I know personally that's in the industry that were there, and they like, yo, they hit me like, yo, this dude is dope. Like, he's fucking dope. And I think that's dope, man. I think that when you know what I'm saying, when you can do the independent route and you can believe in yourself and you got a team that believes in you. I mean, that goes for anything though, man. You always want a team behind you that can really help push and motivate you and believe in what you do. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that independent route is dope. Russ do it. You know what I'm saying? Dude don't you drop like a song a day or something like that?
Yeah, I think he used to be doing stuff like that. I haven't kept up with him in a while and everything, but it's like, dude, when I first went to a Russ concert, this is when I was just getting into it. Like, I downloaded like a mix I just hear him, but like, oh yeah, dude's dope. He could go someplace. And then I was working for Live Nation, and like I literally pulled up to a Russ concert like just on my break and everything. I'm like, what? This place packed as shit and everything. And it was all types of people, black, white, Hispanic, whatever. They were at the Russ concert, and like they were all resonating and singing each of the songs. And I'm like, I feel like that's true success to me. Whatever Russ got, that's real success. Because it's like you had a fan base that's loyal, and then you can be able to sell out that place. And this is Charlotte, and I ain't hear Russ from like a can of paint or nothing, and he was able to fill out that whole place. He's low key, but he still makes money off it. I feel like that's the perfect balance. Like, to me, to be honest, like, yeah, you ain't got to be number one. You could just be like just really, really like good. You can just have a very, very strong fan base. Like, like Logic. Logic has a pretty strong fan base too. Like, I showed up to a Logic concert, pretty strong. But then it was like Beast Coast and everything came with like Joey Badass, Flatbush Zombies, and Pro Year. And I think what was it? Who else is part of Beast Coast? It was the Underachievers, yeah. And like it wasn't that packed. I don't understand why. I was like, what? But it was raining though. That was another thing. So a lot of people probably didn't even pull up. But it was just like, I'm like, damn. Like, it really gives you some perspective. And I'm not saying that anybody's better or no one's better, but it really gives you some perspective that it's really just about building a fan base and everything. So it's like, well, how would you describe, like, your fan base? What type of people are you shooting for to be in your fan base? And, like, what's your relationship with them now?
So with my fan base, man, it's really like people who just like really are like, I call them like the dreamers and believers. You know what I'm saying? We rebels. You know what I'm saying? When you look at rebels, you react, engage, believe, evolve, and lead. You see, people think rebels are always people who are always in trouble and shit like that, but it's not true. A rebel is somebody who reacts to the situation, who engages into the situation, right? Because you see, the thing is, every time you react, that don't always mean you engage. That don't always mean that you take action. So you take action, you engage, you believe in your actions, right? Because if you don't believe, then the actions were never true in the first place. You believe, you evolve. I mean, you learn, right? You learn from the shit that you're going through, and then you lead others. REBEL, rebel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how my fans are. And Wolf fans is dope, man. Like we again, we're hard workers. You know what I'm saying? We are like you said, we are the underdogs. You feel me? Like, canines. You know what I mean? So in saying all that, it's just saying, man, that the people that I guess that you would say that I'm shooting for are people who just work 9 to 5s, work everyday jobs, who have dreams and goals of wanting to do more with their life, whether it has happened, whether it hasn't happened yet, or whether they feel like they've missed out on that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people see me and they be like, man, I support you because I believe in you. I see that you're going to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's real cool. Like on your end and everything. When I shoot like for my fan base, I be thinking like it's people that are just I shoot for people that are individuals and everything. People that think for themselves, which is like which is a lot more than people like think. I know 85% of people are like followers to that degree, or at least can at least wisen up to that degree of just just thinking for yourself, being in your own lanes, being self-expressive. I'm not trying to say people are just like me to the sense, but just like to just the values of just loyalty, people who value hard work, consistency, and just productivity and everything. There are people who claim that they value that, but really like they be like some hating motherfuckers and everything, and just be focused on what other people have. It's like, oh, I'm better than that dude. I do this or whatever, and they be trying to compete. But without really applying, it's not about competing against nobody. It's about really just competing against yourself. And some people don't have that mindset. Some people are very childish. A lot of us grow up with childhoods and like, well, we didn't really have much of a childhood. So a lot of us had to grow up a little bit faster. A lot of us had to think like 10, 20 steps ahead, because it's not about like reacting to like a whole lot of nonsense or getting caught up in some bullshit. It's really just about just working as best as you can to ensure that your family's straight or your friends straight and everything. There's money out here for everybody. Don't like everybody can be successful. Anybody can be successful. It's just a matter of like applying yourself, but some people don't get that. Then they get like really envious to the point where it's like they have to act upon that envy. It's normal to be envious. Don't get me like when you're envious, it's like, oh, you see somebody like work out there and they like heavily muscular, and so like, dang, like I wish I could get like that strong, whatever. It's like, oh well, he probably worked hard to get it. I need to work hard myself. That people who don't like, oh, he probably took steroids. Oh, he probably did that. He probably took some. It's like, dude, how do you know? You don't know this nigga and everything. Just work hard. I swear, like when you work hard, you don't know what you can accomplish. I went from a freaking D.C. student to freaking graduating the top of my class and everything, but I'm still trying to figure shit out for myself. It's like, but I keep in mind that as long as you keep consistent, as long as you're dedicated, you will like find a way. And I'm heavy with that and everything like that. So if anybody kind of resonates with that, like, like you cool with me type stuff. So it's just like, that's just how I feel and everything. So it's like in regards to like the people that you pick like around your life, would you say that you're a selective person and like the people that you pick, like when it comes to like, just your circle type things and everything? Like what type of people that you look up for to kind of be in your circle type?
Yeah, I do. I really watch who I keep around me. Yeah, energy wise for sure. But I look for people who are motivated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I look for people who are strong.
Mm-hmm.
And tell you the truth, man, like strength comes in many forms.
Definitely.
When you really think about what is a team and it's all about, yo, I may be strong in doing something, or I can do certain things, but you can there's nobody is strong 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you're like there's literally
different forms of strength of character, strength of mind, strength of perseverance, strength of spirit.
Well, it's like this, right? So you might say, hey, I'm good 100, I'm good for 7 days straight, and then that 8th day it's like, yo, you crash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the solid team, you'll have people that are able to help pick up where you left off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have people who are there who can, yo, I know you going through this, I know you going through that. Let me help you. Let me help guide you. Let me help where you feel like you fail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I have a lot of shit on my shoulders. I put a lot of weight on myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that the people I have around me, they say, hey, yo, you doing too much. Let me help you. Let me do this. What do you need help with? What's going on?
They assist you.
Because at the end of the day, like I used to be at a point in time where I was printing my own stuff, doing my own graphics, writing my own songs, performing my own songs, doing my own set list, and I would literally have to make sure I did all this within 24 hours because I had a concert I was doing later. So now where I'm at currently, I have somebody who doing clothes. I have somebody who do my graphics. I have somebody who is it helps me get my sets together. I mean, I write all my music. I get my sets together, perform it. You know, it's not a problem. But like all the other stuff, I have a videographer. I have a photographer. Like I got people that can do things that take that burden off me. So all I gotta do is just focus on making sure that things connect in the music.
Oh yeah, no, I feel that, man. It's good to have people like that. It's crazy. Like, I was looking for people like that when I was in high school and everything, but then it's just like, cause like you try to be hasty, cause all you got is time. Really, like time is very, very valuable. But it's like, you know, but at the same time, it's just like, even though when time feels like you wasted, I feel like there's certain lessons that come with that and everything. You know, you gotta, you know, your friends and your people that you keep around you are your investments. You know, just as much with time too. Like you can't mess around with people who aren't consistent, who are two-faced, who always like, you know, be on some corny shit and everything like that. You know, it's just like I pride myself to say at least like I survived being around people like that. So at least like you hit up with people who are real artists and everything, you know. And real artists, I don't mean it's just like, oh, like, you know, like oh, you know, I do this and do this to be artists. No, real artists are people who are just dedicated to their art. They're not out here trying to hate on nobody, not trying to set out rumors about nobody, like doing all that extra shit. All that energy you could have put into your content, bro, and you would get like a lot further as opposed to just trying to disparage people's name, throw dirt on people's name. And you're gonna meet a lot of that when you're out here in Charlotte. You know, I know you've been here for like just a couple years, you know, but for me, personally, like growing up here, like this is like it's kind of two sides to that coin. There's a side where it's just like, you know, like yo, you have like some of the most artistic people here, and so we're still going into that era where it's like we're really about to really show our ass like crazy in the 2020s. And then there's the other half where it's like there's other people that try to drag people down and everything, do the absolute most and everything, and then it's just like they don't know how to compete. A lot of us didn't grow up with our fathers, so a lot of the time we carry a lot of characteristics that are very effeminate in nature. So it's like, you know, a lot of that really transcended to the generation. So it's just like, you know, but just keep in mind, anybody that's listening, you know, as long, once again, just like I said earlier, like the people that are consistent, the people who are dedicated, that shit beats talent every time. Some people might seem like they're talented and everything, but don't know what to do with it, you know. And it's just like, it's really that consistency, that dedication, you know, that constant, you know, practice, making the shit practical, that's what's gonna carry you. But really keeping a really like solid circle will really help you too, you know, for real. Like a really, really solid circle. You can't fuck with no lazy ass motherfuckers. You gotta do something. You gotta have goals. You gotta do something.
And so, you know, I look at it like, right, I look at it too, when you have a team, you know, it's almost like you're in the military. You know, everybody got your back. You know what I'm saying? Like you got their back and they got your back. You know, when you listen, I don't know if like, you know, off to all my military buffs out there, you know how that shit goes. Like, you know, you in the front, you know, what's behind you, 6.
Yeah.
Hey, so watch my 6. You know what I'm saying? Watch my 8. Watch my 4. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when you do start to get to that point, right? Like you said, when you start to get to that point where there's more hate out, there's more people that's just upset that you're winning and not them. And honestly, tell you the truth, that's really not just in Charlotte. That's everywhere you go. You know, that was back in Ohio. I seen stuff like that in Texas. I literally met somebody before I went on stage. They was like, "Oh yeah, what up?" Woo, woo, woo. I got off stage. I went to go dap them up. They ain't even dap me up. They looked like I was crazy. So it's just everywhere you go. But it's levels, right? That's why when people get to a certain level, they get security. That's why they got to move a certain type of way, because they see a certain type of success and fortune. Like it's just different. It's different levels, and you'll know when it's time for that level for you because you start to receive that type of energy from the outside. But you know, also a very important thing about your team. You never want it to be. You never want to go be in a situation where, because things will happen. People will come around and situations will come around that'll try to break up your team. That'll put you and your videographer against each other. But you can't let that shit stop you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't let that shit stop you at all. You can't let that shit be like, damn. So, and when you step back, you're gonna look at it and realize like, that shit was so petty.
Mm-hmm.
How did we let that shit come in between us like that?
No, really.
You know what I mean? So for all the entrepreneurs out there, always remember, like, make sure your team got your back,
Mm-hmm.
regardless. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like when you dealing with somebody, you don't never be out here in public argue.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. Whether it's a love relationship or if it's a business relationship, we not about to argue in public. That's gonna show our weakness.
No, really.
We gonna get into the car with the windows tinted, or we're gonna go somewhere secluded, and we're gonna talk about it. But
really.
Okay, yeah, all right, cool. We're gonna boom, boom, boom. Okay, in public, we're gonna be like, hey, cool. The situation is there. Situation that came. We're gonna fall back and figure it out.
Yeah, and keep in mind, y'all, like that whole ignorance and degeneracy type trying to make a scene and trying to like do all that. Don't do that, please, because that's not being masculine. You look like an idiot asshole when you pull shit like that. Like, really, don't try to be on some fake shit and everything. Don't talk shit about your homeboys to people. That's weird. That's mad weird and everything. Who I am right now is the same person that's gonna be like behind your back too, man. It's like, I'm the same way I'm gonna praise you to your face. I'm gonna praise you the same way. If I have an issue, I may discuss it like with our circle, be like, hey, was I wrong in the matter? Should I show it better? Like, that's like, let me just get your thoughts on this, and then we can, come back whenever it's time to come back and just leave it at that. But don't be just hating on your people, bro. That's weird. It's just like, because like I pray for my boys. I pray for my boys and girls. Anybody who fucks with me, I fuck with them. I just pray that we're going to be at a different place 3-5 years from now. Let us have our own roof. Let's own some land. Let's really work together, because that's how you build wealth in a community, man. Like, really, like, stop with that jealous shit. Whatever problems you have, take that shit up with counseling, bro. Because it's like, that's really going to mess with you like down the line and everything. And it's just like, RIP to Ja, man. Like, Ja literally, I don't even know what happened. Dude was on his way. Dude was really like getting views on his stuff. Dude had more views than Drake's ghostwriter, Quentin Miller. Dude was doing and then like they murdered him. And it's just like, bro had his whole life, bro. Bro had his whole life ahead of him. Like, that jealous shit, don't take people's life away. Either throw hands or let it go. If it's not worth throwing hands for, let it the fuck go. Because it's like, we got families to come back home to. It's not worth it. Once you dead forever. And, it's not fair to anybody just because you feel some type of way and you just bought a new gun. It's just like, don't do that. Don't do some shit you're going to regret 20 years in the future. Like, really just let it go. And that's just, I'm heavy on shit like that, but on the real and everything. So it's just like, I know on your tattoos you got like a little Simba tattoo and like Autism Speaks. I know the music one stands for music. Could you explain like what those tattoos mean besides the music?
So I got a little cousin. He has autism.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to Jaden. It's just, autism is one of them things that, it affects everybody,
Mm-hmm.
no matter race, color. If you're rich or not, if you're poor, everybody, it hit everybody. So, that's my that's what that means to me. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep me updated, and, I'm looking to get more into autism, like, awareness events and, stuff like that, but it's a lot of people that are on the spectrum that we don't even know, because it's so, their case is just not as strong as others, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm a big advocate for that. And the Lion King tattoo, Lion King is one of the ones that came out in '94, and, it was just, it means something to me because it was to play off the Bible. It was the first way that I remember or I found out about like, hey, you know, the parables and the passages in the Bible about the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. You know, you got Zazu the bird, which is the spirit. You got Simba the son. You got Mufasa the father. You got the Moses story, which is the 40 days, 40 nights. The Egyptians going back to go save his people. Same thing with Simba. You know, he was 40 days, 40 nights, or however long he was in the wilderness. Found himself, realized who he was, went back to go get his people from the hyenas and his uncle. Same thing, Moses and his stepfather, you feel me, or the person who took him in, you know what I'm saying? And then you got the story of Cain and Abel. You know what I'm saying? Mufasa and Scar. Like, Scar killed Mufasa and said, "Long live the king," which is so funny because same shit that they said the season when they killed him in the Bible.
Yeah, no, for real.
So it's a lot of different hidden meanings, you know what I'm saying? And just being able to touch back to your ancestors, you know. Simba seen his dad in the sky with everything that was going on. He was able to slow down and talk to him, you know, talk to him when he needed him the most, and you know, he talked back to him. So same thing that same thing that happened in the Bible with the burning bush. God came down and talked to Moses about that. Told him to go get his people. You know, go grab them. You feel me? So you know, that story just means so much to me. That movie means so much to me. To me, that's my favorite movie. That's the best movie, and they did it all in the kids movie. Like, you gotta think, like, they did it all in the kids movie.
Disney be doing their thing when it comes to that representation, man. No, seriously, like they got it wrong earlier with the whole, like, you know, the whole caricatures and stuff with the crows and like Dumbo and everything. But it's like when it came to like the Lion King, there's also a whole lot of allegorical elements too, because like, you know, with Simba being so disconnected from his people, and he just kind of just turned his back on his whole royal bloodline and kingship, something that he like hoisted so much as a child because out of guilt and shame for what he thought like was his fault and his father's death. You know, it just kind of showcases even Africans in like America, though. Like, no matter how torn away you are, you know, there's still greatness within us and everything. No matter how far we are from, like, you know, or how far we think we are spiritually or physically, we're always going to have greatness within us to really resonate and also reconnect us back to our roots and stuff of that nature. So I really appreciate those allegorical elements. I feel like for me it was like Black Panther and everything, although it was just like, you know, the same whole, like, you know, he's a genius and he has a suit and everything, the whole truth that's kind of been pushed upon. I feel like there was more elements that I messed with too and everything, from the dynamics of, like, you know, or like whole, like, you know, Black Americans and Africans having to reconnect and everything, you know, and the whole dysfunction that goes on with their right there and everything. Because I could understand, like, you know, what Black Americans feel like, as if, you know, they're, I don't want to say deprived, but in a sense, like, they were just kind of like, you know, forsaken to a certain degree. And then it's just like, you know, there's always going to be, like, you know, the Wakandans representing just the whole higher than thou sense that a lot of Africans like kind of like hold within themselves. You know, like, my parents are Liberian, so it's like, you know, you kind of see both sides here growing into America and living under that household. So you kind of see both sides there to a certain degree. And I feel like it's just like, you know, it's just showcasing that and everything, and what we need to really focus on to really reconnect. It kind of just turned a new leaf for, like, really all the stuff we need to work on in regards to, like, connecting African and African American relations and stuff of that nature. I feel like Ghana really helps with that, with whole giving Black American citizenship if they wanted to. I feel like Liberia needs to follow suit too, considering a lot of Black Americans was sent over there to start that country. You know, fun fact, it was actually started by African slaves. Liberia was actually founded by African slaves. So it's like, you know, we're kind of fucked up after the Civil Wars and everything, but we'll get it back together pretty soon with that one. But outside of Lion King, what other interests do you have and everything? You like into anime, video games? What's up?
Yeah, I not as much though. I used to be real big on animes and video games as a kid. And then, you know what I'm saying, I just started getting into into some other shit. And then but I always got a love for it. I got a spot in my heart just because, like I said, I grew up with it. You know what I mean? I eat shit no matter what. I'm really a big kid at the end of the day. No matter what, no matter how old I get, I love cartoons. I love just, you know what I'm saying, just shit like that. I love video games. No matter if I'm not playing them as much or now or you know,
seriously.
I'm gonna always have a spot for that. I love to be a character in a video game. I just seen Dirt. He got into Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an OTF mod. Like, yeah, like you actually can play as Dirt. With all his shit, like the track clock isn't like, it's just dope. It's really dope. So
we should do that for the next Grand Theft Auto. Maybe get some more actors and stuff to actually play. I know they did that with the last Grand Theft Auto, but it's like they were kind of like they kind of blew up off that. But it's just like maybe I don't know, cause I know they got Ray Liotta, the guy that was in Goodfellas and everything. The voice played Tommy Vercetti in Vice City. You know that and everything. And it's just like. Just off that matter, and I know they got Dr. Dre and everything in the whole new Grand Theft Auto. They keep making more Grand Theft Auto 5 packages. Like, it's already been 7 years. They just dropped that next game, bro. Like, seriously. And I ain't much of a video game addict like I used to be. I used to love playing video games, but, like, I don't know. Life just became a video game. It just became more goals and everything. So it's like, why would I want to be in a fantasy world when it's just like I got real shit to worry about in life? So it's just like, it's just. I feel like that's my relationship with video games. I love it, but I just can't stick with it. And as soon as I get stuck, I'm like, you know what? I need to get my fucking Social Security card because I've been looking for that shit forever, and then I don't touch the shit for months. And it's just like I got my brother fucking Red Dead Redemption 2. He hasn't touched that shit since December. Since I bought it. And it's just like, life just gets complicated and stuff of that nature. So like I could pretty much understand to that degree. Would you ever consider getting into like acting and stuff in the future?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I that whole side of the entertainment, definitely. I mean, I love movies. I love being behind the camera. I love being in front of the camera. I love directing. I love script writing. I love coming up with my own treatments. Me and the videographer will sit down and we'll plan out and plot my videos. Like the last video I put out, the Real Love video, it was a whole concept behind that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a run and gun shot. It was like, okay, we got this scene, and this scene, and this plot, and this plot, and this plot. This is what's gonna happen. I have been in a movie. I was actually in the Black Panther movie. Not the superhero one, but the actual story about the Black Panthers.
Oh, like the documentary?
Not the documentary. It was actually like an actual Warner Brothers movie that was shot. It's called Jesus and the Black Messiah.
Oh, I heard of that. I need to check that out. Was that the one? Did they got what's his name? The same dude from Get Out into it. He was in that too. Oh, so you're in the same movie with the Get Out dude.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yep.
That's damn cool.
That was dope, though. Just being on set and seeing how long it is to take shoot a scene out of a movie. You know what I mean? Movies though, they shoot movies pretty fast, but to shoot a movie, to shoot a scene, sometimes they take they'll take about 8 hours just on one scene.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, man. I wish I was in a Black Panther movie, the actual MCU Black Panther. I know the next Black Panther movie coming in November. That's coming on 11/11. That's just gonna be crazy. I need to get my ticket for that and everything. How do you think that's gonna look with Shuri being the new Black Panther for right now?
I think that's dope, man. I think that it's unfortunate, that what happened to Chadwick Boseman. I think that I don't even think for him, just as a person, as an actor, I don't think he even hit his potential. I think that this was a really great platform for him, the Black Panther. But I would have loved I was just thinking about that shit the other day, how they were taking with Wolverine, with Hugh Jackman, he was he was an X-Men, and then he played such a good Wolverine.
It's gonna be hard to find.
It was like he ran. They made his own series, and I just feel like they were kind of looking for the next star of the Marvel universe like that, right? Because you say, well, they switched off with how many Spider-Mans, they switched off how many Cyclops. These are main characters that were in comic books. I'm a comic nigga too. I fuck with comics. They had all of these people that were they had all these main characters in the comic books, right? Wolverine, Cyclops, Spider-Man, XYZ, whatever, whoever the fuck. Then it's like when they brought it to the movies, it was like, okay, we were excited to see these people.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther was a main character, but he was like, didn't really nobody know who the fuck it was for real.
I knew who he was.
I mean, like
real niggas knew who Black Panther was.
Yeah, you feel me? Like it was like that. But then it was like, but it was like, I'm talking about the other population, the rest of the world, the ones that don't know about comic books, but they love to go see the Marvel movies because they just look raw as fuck. Like, oh shit, it was a black superhero? Yeah. All right, bet. Oh shit, this first one was dope. Oh, well, the actor embodied. So now it was like, damn, what we gonna do now? Like he was like
he was like an anchor for like the next part of that, because you know Iron Man was gonna be like that dude for like the first part, like, you know, pre Infinity War till that Infinity stuff was done. But after Infinity War, I thought like it was gonna be Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and Black Panther. I feel like those are gonna be like the three anchors moving forward and everything, and especially Black Panther, because there was just so much you could do with him, because he was like a king and he was a superhero and he was like, you know, like a leader, like he was a king, superhero, and all that mixed in the one, and a genius too. All that mixed into one. I wanted to see him mix it up with Doctor Doom. I want to see him mix it up with Namor. You know, it was just like there was more stuff we could have done with that, you know, and now it's just like, well, I mean, now it's like it's going to be Shuri now, but it's just like, it's going to be tough to take on, but I know they can do it. I know they can do it.
Yeah, I think it's. I know it's gonna be dope. I know it's gonna be like. It's really like. I don't think they'll miss a beat with it.
Yeah.
I just think that like with Chadwick though, like it was just dope because like we had a. Like for example, like you say Iron Man, like Robert Downey Jr. was Iron Man for all three Iron Mans plus any extra Avengers shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like we never had anybody like that. That was black. That was a black representation of us. That was such a pivotal person that we that was a person in character that was like, yo, like when you see, like you gotta think, right, like before Robert Downey Jr., like Iron Man looked a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Now Robert Downey Jr. embodied it. Like now all the comic books look like Robert Downey Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like the comic books look like Chadwick Boseman now. The action figures look like Chadwick Boseman. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we haven't had anybody super strong like that ever to grace TV.
To be like a black superhero, and it's like we got Luke Cage and like the Netflix. I fuck with Luke Cage and everything. I
did too.
I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna put him into a movie like yet. I really hope that they put him in the MCU like they did Daredevil with the one Spider-Man movie and everything. But it's gonna take some time. I know, like with Blade, they're gonna recast somebody for Blade. You know, Blade did his thing in like the early 2000s with that vampire shit, but it's just like, nah, hold up, is that Reese? That's not Reese. Okay, I thought that was Keanu. You know Keanu Reese, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that person. I thought that was from him.
Pull up for the car.
Yeah, I thought that was dude from him. He actually looks too heavy, so I'm actually kind of feel bad for even saying that. I guess I just saw the dress, and I'm just like, okay.
Hey, do you cut these?
What?
You cut these?
Cut what?
This?
Oh, I mean, yeah. You want me to like probably cut that part out or whatever?
I'm just saying. I'm just asking. Like, do you cut it or do you just upload it?
I could upload it, but I could cut it depending on what you want to do. But it's like, yeah.
Because I'm like, damn, how long is it?
Oh, that's like an hour. As long as we touch the hour mark, which we pretty much did, we're pretty good. Like we're actually about to end it. Like pretty.
Oh,
soon,
okay.
So it's like, yeah, man. I know we spoke about a whole lot of matters and stuff of that nature. Yeah, this has been a pretty damn good conversation, a really, really good episode. Like, do you have any last words to let people know, maybe words of advice?
Yeah, believe in yourself. You know what I mean? It always starts with yourself. You got to believe in you. You got to invest in you, because that's the only way people will turn around and do the same gesture, same favor. So, you know, you can't just get into anything. That goes for anything, like music, rap. Sports, starting your own entrepreneurial business. Like, you know, that's really just for, I say more like for entrepreneurship. Nah, actually, I say that for anybody who wants to do something with their life. Mm-hmm. You at your 9 to 5 and you want to move up, but you got to believe in yourself to know that you really the shit to go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like if you at your job, if you at your call center job, and you say, "Well, damn, I need to get out of here and get to the next level, stay with the company." Believe in yourself. Believe that you are worth it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You know how many people out here would be dogs if they really knew that they was really worth what they say that they want to be. Mm-hmm. So just believe in yourself always. And you know. Always keep God first. Yeah. Always. Like, honestly, that's how I got to the point where I'm at. I've always kept God first. I couldn't do, and none of this is possible without God. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And then the third thing, man, so shout out to everybody who been supporting me, who listening to this podcast. New song out, Can't Call It Quits, on all streaming platforms. The video is coming soon. Just more opportunities on the way, more life, and watch these dreams come true. Long live over everything, the one and only Wolf. It's Rebel Nation World, and we out, baby.
Yeah, definitely out, man. The key words to success: consistency and dedication, man. You can't go wrong with that at all. All right, that's it for episode 93 of the Mental Threats podcast. That's it for Long Live Wolf. So for that nature, I'm Tosi, and we're sewing in and sewing out.